So here we have the Arcade 1-Up Infinity game table. This is a product that I've covered infrequently on the channel. I did a product review, I did a 6 months later review, and then I did a 1 year later review. That's pretty much all the coverage I've done on this product on the channel. Haven't really done a lot of individual game reviews or things like that. However, I did find a game that I really enjoy on the Infinity game table called Memory, or Memory, but it's spelled kind of like ancient, and it's a Dragon Heist memory matching game. And what's very interesting about this is I myself personally am a big fan of dragons, fantasy themed stories, etc. So this stuff kind of appeals to my own personal nostalgia, personal history, and that's why I kind of like it. I wanted to show it off for you guys right now. This game is only like $4 or so in their game store. And it has different modes. You could have multiple players, 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player. You could play the story mode and unlock dragon eggs and hatch the dragons, which the kids will really like. And they also have quick matches as well, which we'll go over. But for starters, let's go ahead and do the story mode right here. Now, I have already completed the story for the purpose of review. There are 28 levels. That's right, 28 levels of various memory matching games. And different kinds of cards, all dragon themed, where you have to match your dragons. And as you saw there, some of the puzzles rotate in circles, some of the puzzles rotate this way, to help confuse you as you go. And it adds for an extra element of difficulty when you're playing these games. Now, what's really interesting about the story mode is obviously there are 28 different levels and you progress, and in between each level, there's like a little cutscene or something of that nature. I figured on replay mode, we could still see those cutscenes, but I'm not able to show those to you because unfortunately you only get to see them once without, uninstalling, reinstalling the game and things like that. And the artwork and the backgrounds and the actual cutscenes are really, really cool, especially if you like fantasy-themed stuff. The fantasy-themed wallpapers and also the cards kind of being themed with the wallpapers in the background is very interesting to me. And as you progress your way through the storyline and do all 28 different games, you'll unlock 28 different dragon eggs, which is really cool. I mean, take a look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. And let's kind of zoom in here on the actual dragons themselves, and you guys can really take a look at the artwork on these cards. I mean, they're simply stunning. I mean, the camera doesn't do it justice. The actual artwork on each individual pair of dragon cards is pretty exciting. Let's see. Oh, see, same guy, but reversed. Yeah, here we go. Boom. So it's really cool. I know memory matching games might not sound that exciting to some people, but personally, I find it very, very interesting, especially since there's all kinds of difficulty modes on this thing. So for example, like if we look at, like one of the last maps, I mean, look at that. Look at how many number of pairs there are. 50 matches, so there's 100 cards, and they're really small, so it's kind of hard to see. Really, and this is the 32-inch Infinity game table. I can only imagine if you have the 24-inch Infinity game table, or if you're playing this on a small tablet or cell phone, because this game is available on like Google Play Store, things like that. So you can play this game on other devices if you don't already have an Infinity game table. Now, the memory matching is really all I need personally. I mean, as a grown adult, I like that little solving puzzles, things like that. But the hatchery is where I think little kids are really going to enjoy this game. So what happens is every time you beat a level, you unlock a dragon age for that level. So a dragon egg, I mean. So there's 28 eggs total. And once you get all the eggs, I mean, you could do this at any time. You could beat level 1, then work on that dragon. But I went through, I got all 28 eggs after beating all 28 memory matching stages. And after I did that, I have all 28 eggs. And the goal with the hatchery is you have to hatch your eggs and grow your dragons. So for instance, we hatched and grew him. I named him Draco, obviously, that's dragon. And in order to hatch him, you need to give him 4 levels of heat and then 4 levels of food, and then you can name them. So during the story mode, all you're doing is beating all 28 games, collecting the eggs. Well, how do you collect heat and how do you collect food? So what you do is you play a quick match in order to do that. You could pick easy, medium, hard, impossible. And obviously, whichever level you go, you'll get more rewards for that level. So let's do this one real quick. So this is on easy. You get a nice little treasure chest pops up, beautiful artwork. I got 2 stones and I got 3 food for my hatchery, right? So let's go back to the hatchery. And this is a part I think little kids will really enjoy. So we have 4 heat. We need 3 more to hatch this egg. So we're gonna add them, we're gonna hatch him, and boom, that's what he looks like. Now, to completely unlock him, you have to then add the food, and we have 4 food. Boom, he's completely unlocked, and now we can name him. So let's just pick a name for this dragon. He's got kind of sparkles, kind of bluish looking. Let's just name this guy Star. Because, you know, blue, like kind of a midnight background with the sparkles look like stars to me. So let's name this dragon Star, hit enter, and boom, it's done. He's unlocked. You could work on the next dragon eggs. And what's really cool is you kind of get a hint on each dragon egg as to what that dragon could possibly look like when it's hatched. Like this guy's got flowers on him. This guy's got spikes on him. Things like that. This guy, he's got water, so he's probably going to be some kind of water dragon, things like that. So that's kind of cool. I think little kids will really enjoy that part of the game, is hatching and unlocking all 28 dragons. Overall, for only like, you know, $3, $4, $5, whatever this game costs, I mean, what's interesting is you'll get a few hours of fun out of it, so you'll get your money's worth, in my opinion, especially because, you know, by the time you unlock all the dragons, there's really nothing more to do with it except keep replaying the memory matching levels, which, you know, the cards are going to get automatically reshuffled every single time. So yeah, there is replayability, but, you know, once I unlock all 28 dragons, am I going to keep playing the game? Probably not. I'll just consider it, you know, $4 or $5 and a few hours well spent. But that's what I think about this game. I encourage you guys to check it out on the Infinity Game Table, Memory the Dragon Egg Heist, or check it out on your phone or tablet and play it that way as well. It's a fun game no matter what. So there you go, guys. If you enjoyed this review, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.